Chase Elliott dominates the Madhouse, leading 170 out of 200 laps. Let's talk about the 9 cars win at Bowman Gray Stadium. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new episode and a brand new season of NASCAR 2025. We are back, bitches. We are back. Oh, it's so good to be back. I missed you guys. I missed doing these videos. It's only been, 3 months since Phoenix. I mean, the playoffs still haven't changed. I wish I could tell that to me from the Phoenix video. That probably would have made me even more pissed that day. Oh my god, man. I still can't believe they didn't change the playoffs after that. But I'm more than happy for NASCAR to be back. Let's just say that NASCAR being back is a very, very helpful thing. I mean, I will miss football, but NASCAR's number one in here. I mean, you guys in Man United, listen here, Man United, we're about 12 hours after the Crystal Palace game, but like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this football club? We gotta find a way to score some goals. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. NASCAR Cookout Clash at the Bowman Gray Coliseum. Let's look back at it. What did we think of this Bowman Gray race? Well, I think the heat races were a perfect example of what was to come. Because I tuned in a little bit late to practice and qualifying. I just had a bunch of stuff I had to do yesterday. It was getting pretty late, so I was going to record one more video at the end of the day yesterday. I was like, screw it. I'll turn into practice and qualifying, go watch it while I walk on the treadmill. And it was interesting. I was like, okay, this could go. I liked what I seen. This could go very decent. I think we could be on for something good here. I think that it was a pretty good showing. And I mean, in Heat 1, Justin Haley was put on terrorist watch by our new president. But I mean, I'm Canadian anyway, but hell, he might as well be our goddamn president. Let's avoid politics. This is gonna decrease my viewership. Let's stay off the political topics. But yeah, Justin Haley decided to go on terrorist watch. He decided to take out Kyle Busch, and I can't remember who else. Noah Gragson, I think he took out at one point. Noah Gragson actually had an insane move in the heat races where Kyle Busch and Justin Haley were wrecking, and he went around the outside of a three wide move at Bowman Gray Stadium. Like, have you seen that done in the modifieds or anything, man? Like, that was crazy. I mean, while I'm on the subject of modifieds, shout out Tim Brown and Burt Myers. It was sick to see two modified guys, like two local hometown heroes, get a shot in the Cup Series when they came to town. Like, shout out to Rick Ware and Team Aravet. Like, that's pretty awesome. And the fact that Tim Brown's even a mechanic for Rick Ware Racing, I think that makes it even cooler. So, like, shout out to them. That's really cool to see. Those are the kind of stories that make you love this sport. They really do. So, shout out to Rick Ware and Team Aravet. Oh my god. The 4,000 calories and a pint of Guinness I had today is not settling in my stomach well. Yeah, it's been a long day. This is my first time in the house in 13, 14 hours. It's been a very long day for me. So if I get a little sidetracked, just bear with me here. We'll get back on track. And I mean, back to the heats though. I mean, Heat 1 was a little bit of a wreck fest. Kyle Busch did get really pissed at Justin Haley for one point. NASCAR even had to send a final warning. It was like Kyle on the pace car in New Hampshire like 4 years ago. Oh, that's still one of the funniest New Hampshire moments ever. Friggin' Kyle Busch going up and drafting what's his face, the guy driving the pace car because NASCAR didn't throw the caution under red flag. But anyway, what else happened? Heat 2 and Heat 3 were kind of duds. Not gonna lie, they were kind of duds. And I mean, was Larson on the 4th heat? No, I think Larson was in the 3rd. Because Larson had to go through the LCQ, the last chance qualifier. And yes, Larson, I mean, he did win the LCQ. But like, it was just crazy to think that Larson had to race his way in. And he didn't even get the Champions Provisional because that went to Ryan Blaney. And yeah, we'll talk more about Sunday in a bit, but Heat 4, Ryan Preece, man. Ryan Preece. That guy was a dog. That guy was a serious dog, making moves around the outside, punting people who punted him back. I'm like, you go, Ryan Preece, you go. I mean, I gotta say, like, I respect the living hell out of Ryan Preece. I got to meet the guy in person, and I mean, I gotta say, Ryan Preece, I mean, I know he's like a local short track guy, comes from those modified roots. That guy still has those roots, and to see him at RFK, like, Ryan, if you're watching this video, I hope you remember the shout out I gave you at Loudon, but keep it up, dude. Keep it up, man. I want to see you do big things this year at RFK. I really do. But yeah, I mean, who won the Heat? So Elliott won Heat 1. That gave him pole position for the main event, which was, I think, very key for the 9. Just saying. Who won Heat 2? Heat 2 would have went to Redick? No, I think it was Busher. Yeah, I think Busher won the 2nd. And Hamlin won the 3rd. Shout out Denny Hamlin, by the way, new crew chief. He looked really good tonight as well. And Redick would have won the 4th. Yes, that's how it would have went. So your top 4 for the Sunday race was Elliott, Busher, Hamlin, and Redick. But let's get into Sunday now. The LCQ was a bit mad, let's say that. I mean, I'm looking back at NASCAR's Twitter here, and I mean, Zane Smith had an accident at one point, and yeah, Austin Dillon, he was doing Austin Dillon things. Bump and runs everywhere. Excuse me. Josh Berry was being surprisingly aggressive tonight. I mean, I get he's a short track guy. He knows how to use the bumper. But Josh Berry was just using it a lot more than I expected to. I really like Josh Berry. I really want to see him do big things in the 21. I think he's the kind of guy who fits the mold of the Wood Brothers team well and is going to be the one to take them to the next level. Maybe they'll make the playoffs, maybe not. But I honestly can't see that team making the playoffs. But top 20 in points, I think that's real. I think with Josh Berry, that's realistic, man. I really do. But yeah, he spun out Ty Gibbs. Kyle Larson bumping, running. Ty Gibbs put him to the lead. Ty Gibbs got the bumper a lot. Ricky Stenhouse wrecked local hero Burt Myers. And there was an extremely funny tweet. I was watching this race at a buddy of mine's house, and I couldn't stop laughing at Team Aravet got Burt Myers to stand in front of the Hayek Motorsports Hall of Ricky Stenhouse. That shout out to them. We got an early contender for tweet of the year already. Hendrick Motorsports did put out a funny tweet during the clash as well about the cautions, but we'll get into that. But yeah, it just looked like Myers got loose and chopped off the nose of Stenhouse. He went head on into the fence, and yeah, that was the end of the 50 cars day, unfortunately. Justin Haley did spin out Ty Gibbs at one point. Ty Gibbs went to retaliate and got some airtime before heading back to pit road. The parking lot pit road, that is. So, fair play to Ty Gibbs. He wanted some revenge, and he did some pimp my ride kind of stuff. And yeah, Kyle Larson won the LCQ with a caution at the end. Austin Dillon was hunting down Josh Berry for the final move for the final transfer spot, but just did not get it over the 21 car with the spin of Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs spun a lot today. I don't know why, but yeah, that 5 car was in rough condition heading into the main race, I gotta say. And why was Rick Allen the announcer at the stadium for Bowman Gray? Does someone want to explain that to me? Like, where did this come from? I guess Rick still want to stay involved in the sport somewhat, but like, where did Rick Allen come from at the end of the day? But oh well. And yeah, after 54 years, Cup Series racing was back at the Madhouse, and surprise, surprise, picking up where he left off in 2024. The first caution was for Kyle Busch. Daniel Suarez got back into the back of Noah Gragson. There were a lot of these kind of accidents throughout the weekend. Like the car 2 or 3 cars behind you was able to hit the car in front and then caused the chain reaction, which caused the guy in front of him to spin out. And Kyle Busch was the victim of that. Suarez got into the 4 of Gragson. So weird seeing Gragson in the 4, not gonna lie. I do love his car though, that true timber camo or ammo car or whatever it is. Sick looking car, I gotta say. And that caused the chain reaction to put Kyle Busch into the wall. Preece also decided to get into the wall a lot today. I don't know why Ryan Preece thought it'd be a good idea to hit the wall so much, but I think that ruined his day. He might have still came out with a top 10. Not 100% sure, but... And yeah, at this point, this is when the Hendrick caution started to come. William Byron was the victim of 2 or 3 cautions today. In the first one, Todd Gilliland kind of just ran him out of room. He got into that little curb section of the wall. He spun out. He almost took out the leader because Chase Elliott was running right behind him. Not a great day for the 24 team. Good day overall for Hendrick. I mean, Byron was wrecking. Bowman was virtually irrelevant. Larson was involved in some wrecks too, and the Hendrick tweet I was talking about earlier, Hendrick said something like, can we have a caution that doesn't involve us, please, or something like that. It was kind of funny to read, but yeah, about halfway through the race, Hellier had been dominating at this point, but Hamlin got the lead before the end of the before the halfway break, and yeah, Hamlin was able to capitalize for a bit, but Elliott was able to go and get the lead back. But in between, there was a caution right after halftime where Chase Briscoe in his new 19 ride, excuse me again, was actually having a really decent day. I thought Briscoe was having a really decent day in that 19 car, and Larson through the LCQ. He got spun by Austin Cindric, which kind of caused a chain reaction to send SVG into Chase Briscoe. Shout out SVG, by the way. Very, very good day for a guy who I would never expect to be good here. So, fair play to SVG. I think he might have came in with a top 15, so good for SVG. And yeah, and then we had another chain reaction crash. Logano hit Bell, hit Carson Hocevar. He was into the fence. That was an accident by Carson Hocevar. Christopher Bell apologized, didn't mean to do it. It happens. That's racing at Bowman Gray Stadium. But it was at this point where we really started to pick up on how good Ryan Blaney was. I want you guys to think about it for a second. Ryan Blaney started this race in 23rd, which is last. And he drove all the way up to second on pure speed. That is insane. At Bowman Gray Stadium? A quarter of a mile track? Like, that is so impressive, man. That is so impressive. Shout out to Ryan Blaney, because that was impressive. The way that car could roll the center of the corner, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But, what else we got here? Yep, I mean, Chase wrapped it up from there, and that was virtually about that. That was the clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. Not a whole lot to talk about, just because everything was so short. It was chaos, but it was chaos, there was drama, there was good racing, there was rough racing, and you know what? I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I mean, we'll talk about what I thought of the race more when we get to our post-race review, but overall, I really liked this race. I mean, I'm going to have to compare it a lot to what we've seen at the Coliseum, because that's all we really had comparable to this in recent memory. I mean, I can't go back and watch the 1971 race that Bobby Allison won with a lighter car, apparently. I'd have to go back and do my research. I don't have a lot of time to watch old races anyway. I tried watching 2001 Rockingham a little bit ago. I only got an hour through it and I haven't been able to watch it since. But we'll get into the finishing results and we'll do my Skyler scale after that. But yeah, that should be... After that, we should wrap it up on this Bowman Gray post-race review. As we said before, the 9 of Chase Elliott did get the win today. He is followed up by the 12 of Blaney, the 11 of Hamlin. Hamlin was my pick going into the race, so I'm not mad about a P3. Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace round out the top 5. Ross Chastain, who was really under the radar, I gotta say. Austin Cindric, Tyler Reddick, Shane Van Gisbergen with a 9th. Chris Buescher finishes 10th. Ryan Preece in 11th. Christopher Bell in 12th, Josh Berry, Todd Gilliland, Kyle Busch, Carson Hocevar, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Alex Bowman, Noah Gragson, Brad Keselowski, who I remember got wrecked at one point. Daniel Suarez had a rough day. He was not good. And Chase Briscoe DNF because of a steering issue earlier in the race. Probably about 3/4 of the way through. It was after the wreck. I know that for sure. Well, no, he's not going to come back and get DNF'd before he wrecks the car. But it's my stupid ass. It's late. I'm getting tired. I need to go to bed. I haven't had a good night's sleep in like 3 days. But Bowman Gray Stadium. Where are we going to put this race on the Skyler scale? I really enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed this more than the races at the Coliseum. In my opinion, the most enjoyable race at the Coliseum was 2022. 2023 was meh. 2024 was actually pretty decent. It's a tough one between 22 and 24 for which race was the best at the Coliseum, but in my opinion, it was 22. But, yeah. Where are we going to put this race on the Skyler scale? Like I said, I really liked it. I will more than happily give this a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. I would watch this all day. I had friends texting me around the states and around the provinces telling me that this was a great race and they will... This is everything they love about NASCAR. And if they took the Clash to Bowman Gray every year, help please the old fans, like, I would not be mad. I really would not be mad. Maybe if they wanted to do just something like a one-off in the middle of the off-season, do a one-off at Bowman Gray and took the Clash like to stadiums around the world, like, I would not be mad. But I do think maybe there can be like a midsummer classic at Bowman Gray. Like, I think we need to find a way to fit this in as an exhibition race. I would not be mad at with a third exhibition race, but I do think we need to see more of what we've seen tonight because I really enjoyed that. I think that was some good racing overall. I mean, maybe we can do it like every second year at the Clash for Bowman Gray. I think that needs to be talked about, but because I really enjoyed tonight. And I'm sure many of you guys did at home as well, but I have to give this... I feel like 8's kind of pushing it, but I'm going to give it a 7.5. It wasn't fantastic, but, like, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I don't have anything to complain about. I mean, if caution laps would have counted or maybe would have been a little longer, would have been nice, just to see who some of the comers and goers were, how the tire deficits could have played into effect, because when Elliott started to fall off, it was about with 20 laps before halftime. It's so weird to say halftime in a NASCAR race. And Denny Hamlin, who's someone who's been known to be very good at preserving tires, came and overtake him. So maybe if we extend it to like 300, 350 laps, maybe even 400, like, I think we're on to something there. I really do. Like, that would have been really fun in my opinion, but it just is what it is. But that is where we're going to end off this video. Guys, if you enjoyed it, make sure you smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of this episode and why. Subscribe to those notifications. Turn on so you miss a future upload here on the channel. And don't forget to join the Patreon, guys. Link is in the description down below. I will see you guys for the next NASCAR post-race review at Daytona next weekend. Well, not next weekend. We got the Super Bowl next weekend, and then it'll be Daytona. Before I go, guys, I will probably try to announce this more in future videos, but I'm going to try streaming every race weekend before the race on iRacing on Twitch. I want to get involved more in streaming this year, so if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, I will add that link in the description down below. And I would love to see you guys come out, support the streams. I did one stream already, and the only guy who watched it was the guy who I was racing with. Shout out, Terry. You're a good dude. But anyways, guys, hope you start following me on Twitch. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join the Patreon. Link is in the description down below for early access to all this content that I produce and so much more. Thank you for watching once again. I'll see you at Daytona in 2 weeks. Bring on Daytona. I wish I was there this year, but my friend who was actually watching the race with today hasn't got his passport yet and doesn't have enough money saved up. I literally offered to pay for his whole trip, but we'll get the passport set out. And 2026, I'll be back at the 500. NFL, I swear to God, if you put an extra week into the season and the Super Bowl gets moved back before 2028, I'm going to be so pissed. If the Super Bowl gets moved back in 2028, I'm going to be so pissed. Because that's the year the Daytona 500 is supposed to be on my birthday. And if I swear to God, if the NFL moves the fucking Super Bowl back. Like, I would love to have the Super Bowl on my birthday, don't get me wrong. But I want Daytona there more than anything, because I want to do the Daytona 500 on my birthday again. I swear to God, at Roger Goodell, we are going to have some serious conversations. I gotta stop talking, because I'm gonna get pissed off at Roger Goodell for no reason. But, take care, guys, and peace!